it's my privilege to be able to introduce Todd Young, who will be a candidate for 9th District Congressman of the U.S. Congress. I would like for you to accept this evening that I'm going to read from a script. I'm going to do this because I don't want to ramble. I've chosen my words pretty carefully in what I have to say, and I want to make sure that they come across in the same way. Todd Young has extraordinary qualifications, which you'll either know now or you can look up once you get home tonight. Tonight, you're able to decide for yourselves what I have already decided, that Todd Young is the person who I have faith in to help this nation get back on course, and who I will support wholeheartedly. It is my hope that after tonight, you too will not only agree with Todd, but you will step into out of your comfort zone and help get him elected. Todd Young came from a hard-working Indiana family. After high school, he joined the Marine Corps as an enlisted man. He got the aspiration to become an officer. He decided to try for the best source of Marine Corps commissions, and he accepted the challenge of seeking a nomination to the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis. He was accepted, graduated 4 years later in the top of his class. While serving in several challenging jobs in the Marines, as a commissioned officer, he went to night school studying business. He ultimately graduated with a Master of Business Administration degree from the University of Chicago. Finally, resigning from the Marines, he studied in Europe, got another degree, worked and traveled in Europe for a period of time. Because of these credentials, Todd was asked and then accepted a challenge from Senator Lugar to come work on his staff as an advisor in Washington, D.C. Todd then came back to Indiana, where he worked, and again went to night school. He received his law degree from Indiana University and now serves here in southern Indiana. Todd and his wife Jennifer have 4 children, to include twins, as you probably heard us talking about, who were born just last Thursday. They are a lovely and dedicated family. Okay, enough for that. I know that Todd's background is more than solid. I support him for his character, for that character inside of him that will bring into being what he believes in and what this nation must have for a change. I first heard Todd Young's name at the Veterans Day service last November. Then again, I heard him speak at the men's Lenten breakfast just a couple of weeks ago. Because I observed that he had specifically prepared for those 2 occasions and did not give a stump speech, I said to myself, this man may be special. I left the Lenten breakfast. I stopped by home to tell my shocked wife that I was going to a town hall meeting for Todd Young. I went and experienced what you will experience tonight. My request for you is to challenge Todd in order to learn for yourself him and his beliefs. Then, if you experience what I experienced, step out with courage and do everything that you can do to get Todd elected in May and in November. In conclusion, as I was studying this morning, verses 6 and 7 of the 13th chapter of 1 Corinthians hit my feelings for this occasion tonight 100%. I have paraphrased the word love. Listen thoughtfully. A thoughtful thoughtful person never is glad about injustice, but rejoices whenever truth wins out. If you support someone, you will be loyal to him, always expect the best from him, and always stand your ground in defending him. Now it's your time to learn, Todd.
Well, we'll start up here. I'm not used to being on a stage like this and having the Klieg lights shine in my face, so we'll give this a try. And if I decide to disembark here and walk up and down the aisles and sit down or stand down with you, I may do that a bit later. But thank you all for coming tonight, for thinking enough of your country, of your duties as citizens and responsibilities to identify and select qualified people for office. Thinking enough of those things to come here tonight and learn a little bit more about one of the candidates, myself. It means a lot to me as a fellow American, and it means a lot to me as a candidate that you would think enough, or at least be curious enough about my background and my qualifications to come here and learn a bit more. So I hope you leave here tonight remembering some of the glowing things that Colonel Graves just said. I'll have to remember some of those too. That was really very, very generous of you. Maybe remember some of the other things about my background that I'm going to share with you tonight. And as importantly, I hope you will leave here tonight getting a sense that I don't dodge questions. Wherever possible, I try to answer them to your satisfaction. You may not leave here tonight agreeing with me on every issue. You probably won't. But I hope you leave here at least believing that I thought about these issues in some depth, and that my motivations in running for this office are pure. I have a great concern for the future of this country, as I think just about everyone in this room does, and that's probably what brings you here tonight. A sense that we've hit a turning point in our country, or are about to. And if we don't address some of these pressing national challenges that our country is facing, fiscal responsibility, some of the national security issues, if we don't address these in fairly short order, we may be sorry, our kids may be sorry, our grandchildren may be sorry. So that's why I'm involved in this race. That's why I got involved about 15 months ago. I started driving around this very large district, Indiana's 9th Congressional District. It's actually larger than the state of Connecticut. And sharing with people my vision for the country, but more importantly, hearing people's concerns. Hearing from people like you all around this district. And I found that we're pretty conservative people, that we share a lot of the same values. And I was encouraged that in the vast majority of cases, people shared my vision for the country. And so that's why I think this campaign has really taken off. It's not because of any personal qualities of me per se. I've taken some initiative and worked hard and gotten out there, but there have been a lot of people that have joined this effort along the way. And ultimately, this is a grassroots effort. We're talking about things you care about, and our solutions, to the extent they can be called that, our approach to many of these pressing issues are things that you can agree with. Let me tell you a little bit more about my family. As Colonel Graves said, I have twins that recently came into the world. My wife Jenny and I. Those came on Thursday.